bees into the head, and these would be mounted on the ramparts of the fortifications.
The Mayans would place these human-looking bee bombs on and around the fortress. The idea is that an attacking army would come charging in, and when they swiped at the bee bomb thinking it was a Mayan soldier, the bees would get nasty.
As soon as, of course, they hit it, it should shatter, and then all the bees would come out.
When they get aggressive, they don't differentiate between anybody. It would be, I suppose, like climbing into a bucket of barbed wire that would chase you. It's pretty unforgiving, and one hive of bees smashed down amongst the enemy would give you quite a wide area of panic.
Richard Windley wants to know how the bees will react to being attacked.
It's difficult to know just quite how aggressive they'll be. They may simply be disorientated, or they might actually be quite aggressive. It's going to be me that's going to actually be striking the head. So if I turn and run, then it will be for a good reason.
There is one difference.
We'll have protection on, whereas the soldiers who were attacking these fortifications would be wearing not very much at all.
But even a modern beekeeper suit is no guarantee.
Because sometimes you get bees that are more intelligent than others, and they realise if they can't get in at the top, they'll get in at the bottom, and if your ankles are exposed... I've had them change my shoe size a few times.
Can you tell us the horror stories after we've done it?
For safety reasons, Richard is performing the test in daylight, but a night attack would have given the trap the best chance of working.
One can imagine that sort of flow of adrenaline, the apprehension, going into battle for the first time, they would be like a sort of hair trigger. They'd just be waiting to whack something. They'd be waiting to actually attack.
At first, the attack looks like it hasn't worked. The bees stay around the head. Bees only become airborne and active within a certain temperature window, depending on the species.
Start to get their bearings, I think they'll be a lot more airborne.
But soon the bees start to warm up and take to the air.
This is still sort of reasonably intimidating, actually. If I was just stood here with bare chest and bare head, I think this would be pretty scary. I mean, I'll be out of here fairly quickly, I think. I wouldn't want to hang around.
But Richard's protective clothing is protecting him from more than the first sting.
Of course, once one of these things is stung and that scent gets into the air, then the whole thing will wind up and they'll get more and more aggressive.
As with all bioweapons, there is an element of luck to the defense system. The night could not be too cold. Plus, the bees would need to start stinging in order to get more bees aggressive. Although there is an element of chance, any defense is better than none. And the beehive hats would have complemented other regular defenses, such as strong walls and human sentries. But there is a weapon from the ancient world that blasted its way through cold and luck. It was unstoppable.